Hello, everyone. My name is Emily, and this is my husband, Aaron. And Aaron, as you'll see from his shirt, is involved in working with the Russian River Watershed Cleanup. He works with Clean River Alliance, and he goes out on his own and works to help keep our waterways clean and clear from trash. He also takes a lot of time to educate people that he meets along the way about how our water system works. So, Aaron, can you say a little bit about the project that you decided you wanted to work on?
I think you just did a pretty good job doing that yourself.
Well, most recently, you've started this YouTube channel, right, that we're about to launch.
Yeah, I have no idea how it's all going to work, but thanks to my wife, that's really good at doing these kinds of things, technological things. We'll get it up and going. Thank you very much.
So, what is it that you want people to know?
I'd like people to know that surface trash is the exact same as ocean trash. So the more that's cleaned up, that people can just do themselves, sweeping their gutters and maybe their neighbors' gutters, picking up candy wrappers and stuff. Well, it makes a difference. It makes a really big difference, especially after the first, second, and third rains of the year.
And what's some of the kind of trash that you find in the creek?
All kinds. Everything I just mentioned. There's candy wrappers, potato chips, fast food cups, straws, lids, all kinds of plastics, lots of plastic bags of various kinds. A lot of things that just aren't good for the environment. They're not good for the wildlife, and they find their way into creeks, and then find their way into the river, and eventually into the ocean.
And what is the weirdest thing that you have found trash-wise?
I'm not really sure. That butt plug thing was kind of weird. But, I don't know how that got in there. So, anyway, I found a big old, silver coin once that was some kind of, $20 coin. That was kind of interesting.
I remember that silver piece.
So, nothing too interesting. It's mostly just trash. Just straight up trash.
And so if people wanted to get out and do this on their own, you're really saying it starts in the streets. It's not necessarily that you have to go clean up the creek, although that helps too, but just taking the initiative to kind of cruise around your neighborhood or even sweep out the gutter out front.
Yeah, identify the storm drains in your neighborhood, and then if there's a messy house on your block or somebody else's block nearby, I'll just, once in a while, just go pick up the trash out in front of their house. Especially if a rain is coming after summer. The first rain is really important then, because that will go into the storm drain. So just know the locations of your local storm drains, and know there's an outlet going into a creek or a water source somewhere that the trash should not get into.
How have people responded to you? I mean, I hear you saying okay, I go out and sweep up trash if you have a messy neighbor or whatnot. Have you had any negative responses from people, or has it all been pretty positive?
Yeah, I've had a negative response, and mostly it was an uneducated response. I had somebody that kind of messy, and they have kids that don't know about garbage, and they were thinking the storm drain system's at the sewer. And the storm drain system is not the sewer. It's not even close. So they just had this belief that the garbage washes into some magical garbage can and gets carried away by fairy dust, or just the garbage service takes care of it. That's not the case. It actually washes out into the creeks and rivers.
Have you had positive responses from people when they see you doing this work?
Oh yeah, a lot of people go by, they're riding their bikes by, or if you're in a neighborhood picking up garbage, a lot of people say, "Oh, thank you."
Nice. And I guess my last question would be, I know that your main focus has been where we live, which is Sonoma County, and so you're familiar with Santa Rosa City's sewer system and waterway system. Is that the way it is everywhere, or do different cities do it different?
Well, that's a very good question, Emily. No, that's a very good question, because I work mostly local to our area, but it's a globalized problem. And statewide, you got say Central Valley. You're not close to the ocean, but you still have like the Delta. And you have all these little tributaries and stuff that all the storm drains wash into, and eventually. So it's not just localized; it's globalized. But if you act locally, do the best you can in the little area you have, it makes a big difference, especially the more people involved.
So if people choose to tune in moving forward, what can they expect to see from what you're going to be putting out there on YouTube?
That's a good question, Emily. Um, I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure what to expect from myself even. I'm just kind of rolling the dice and taking a chance. I just invested some cash into some video equipment. I got to buy a computer and learn how to edit. And it might be hard to watch some of this stuff. But I'm going to try my darndest to make it watchable. And that's the main thing. And it's not really to teach a lesson. It's to kind of have a little bit of fun with it, see what's out there, show people what kind of trash is really in our water system, and, to show that we can do something about it. Is it going to solve the climate change crisis? No. Is it going to solve the big-ass Texas-sized plastic island in the middle of the ocean? No, but it might make it a little smaller. And that's what's important here, is we can just kind of just start chipping away at our problems in front of our house.
Well, and I really like, I've been watching video that you recorded this morning, and I really like the message that, like, you can make a difference. Like, doing these little things can really make a difference. So I'm guessing that's sort of the tagline, right, of what you're trying to put out there is, like, you might not think it's a big deal to go pick up a little trash, but it makes a big difference in the world.
Yes. I can't say anything better. Yeah, you're right.
Well, I just copied what you said, so really you did say that.
Well, you did a better job.
Anything else you want to add here before we wrap up this intro video?
See that sweat on my head? I'm not good at intro videos.
You did a great job.
But that's what I'm going to do.